Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for us. I, Assistant Commandant.
दीदी और सज्जनों, अब हम अपने आज के मुख्य
सम्मान कर आपके नीचे लगे तैयार शिमोन
The chief guest will now be introduced to Commander S. Navalita Krishnan, retired Senior General Manager at Shipbuilding, Assistant Commandant Apur Sharma, Commanding Officer Designate.
Vijay Bhaskar, IAS, Honorable Chief Secretary to the Government of Karnataka, IG Anand Prakash Godola, ComCG West, DIG SS Datsida, Takshakta Medal, ComDisc 3, Deputy Commandant Akhil Joshi, Deputy CGRPS, Assistant Commandant Apurva Sharma, CO Designate, Miss Sindhu Rupesh, IAS District Collector, Mangalore, Shri Venkataramana Akkaraju, Chairman, New Mangalore Port Trust, senior officials of Indian Coast Guard, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies, gentlemen, and children. Very good morning to all, one and all here. At Larsen & Toubro, we believe in making things that makes India proud. I, on behalf of Larsen & Toubro, am proud to be part of commissioning ceremony of Yard 36012, designated as C448. This project of interceptor boat, which we fondly call it as IVs, are very close to the heart of every person in L&T shipbuilding, because this was the first defense shipbuilding order or MOD shipbuilding order which was placed on L&T. The initial order was for 36 boats. Subsequently, the Indian Coast Guard placed order for 18 boats as a follow-on order. The fact that Coast Guard had placed this order for 18 more vessels bears a true testimony to the appreciation of these vessels' performance. All these 36 vessels have been delivered. This vessel which we see in front of us is the 12th vessel in the series of 18 boats that we are making and delivering. 6 more vessels are in the various stages of trials, and it's of interest to note that 2 vessels are currently undergoing their sea trials at Hazira. All these boats are primarily meant to provide coastal protection, surveillance capability, including high-speed interception against threats. These vessels have a full planing hull form. It has got an approximate length of 28 meters, a total displacement of 110 tons, going up to a maximum speed of 45 knots and having a range of 500 nautical miles and endurance of 12 hours. These boats have been constructed with lightweight aluminium, and the boat has been made powerful with a water jet propulsion to enable quick response for vital interception and chase even in shallow water. I wish to place on record the performance of this particular vessel. It took 15 months from keel laying to launch of this vessel. During the speed trials, during her trials, she achieved 45.5 knots as against the required 45 knot speed. She was delivered to the Coast Guard on 28 November 2019 with nil liability. In addition to the Coast Guard fully exploiting these interceptor boats, it's matter of pride for all of us that the Government of India has also used these interceptor boats to build bridges of friendship with our neighboring and friendly countries. 4 of these vessels have been gifted to various neighboring countries, 1 to Seychelles, 2 to Mozambique, and 1 to Maldives. It's a matter of pride for L&T as well that the Indian designed and built ships are guarding the foreign shores as well. We are also thankful to our esteemed customers, the Indian Coast Guard, for having placed order on us for 7 more offshore patrol vessels, which we are currently building at our shipyard at Kattupalli, Chennai. 4 of the 7 vessels have been already delivered. In fact, it's again a matter of pride that we have been able to deliver all these vessels ahead of schedule. And in fact, in the history of India, for the first time, the first of the class has been delivered ahead of schedule. And this bears a true testimony to the professionalism of Coast Guard, who have been absolutely supportive in being with us in taking over these vessels. In fact, it's an interesting coincidence that the 5th OPV has set her sails few hours before from Chennai port on her maiden sea trials, which will last for next 3 days. In addition to building ships for the Indian Coast Guard, the L&T shipyard also builds vessels for the Indian Navy. In fact, one of the unique vessels built by L&T shipyard is the floating dry dock, which is currently operating at Port Blair. We have been also a long partner with Navy for design and construction of strategic nuclear submarines, as well as currently we are building with GRSE the survey vessel. In addition, we are repairing, modernizing various Navy and Coast Guard ships. In addition, we are doing this with the good support that we are getting from our customer, plus the learnings that we are obtaining from the industry. We are attempting to learn the best practices, the Industry 4.0 standards in shipbuilding, and we are progressing towards shipbuilding 4.0, where completely from design to delivery, everything is monitored in our ERP and PLM systems, so that at any given point of time, the complete progress of all projects is known to us in the ERP and in our business intelligence dashboard system. The complete ship is designed in a 3D environment, and only after we are satisfied that everything is fine, we undertake the physical actual construction of the ship. The material procurement happens from this 3D model. All the materials that are required are ordered. The work instructions are issued based on the drawings that are generated from this 3D model. Construction happens and it is updated in our 3D, in our ERP system. QL quality inspections happen, so that at any point of time there is a single variant of truth, and that is always available in our digital platform. I would say that we have been able to do all this because of the support of our customer. Like they say, to clap, you need two hands. It is not just L&T which can do it. It is L&T is able to do it because of the support that we are getting from the customer, primarily the Indian Coast Guard. Starting right from the Coast Guard headquarters, the regional headquarters, the district headquarters, and CGRPS and his team, who work shoulder to shoulder with us. L&T is grateful to the Indian Coast Guard for giving us an opportunity to contribute in the national duty to protect Indian coastal water and maritime interest. I am indeed grateful to the commanding officer designate, Commander Apurva Sharma, and his energetic and enthusiastic crew for rendering all the support to the yard whenever it is required. I wish the commanding officer and her crew a fair weather and following seas for successful operation and providing valuable service to the nation. I would like to conclude with a word of gratitude to the Indian Coast Guard for being highly professional, encouraging and supporting customers. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I request Inspector General Anand Prakash Badola, Commander, Coast Guard Region West, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
DM Vijay Bhaskar, Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. Sri A.V. Ramana, Chairman, NMPT. DIG S.S. Dasida, Commander, Coast Guard, Karnataka. Commander S. Navneeta Krishnan, retired, Senior General Manager, Design, L&T Shipyard. Senior officials and dignitaries from the state government. Officers from Indian Navy, Indian Army, and Indian Coast Guard. Distinguished guests, commanding officer and men of Charlie 448, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. As Commander Coast Guard Region West, it is my singular honor to welcome this gathering to the commissioning ceremony of the Indian Coast Guard ship Charlie 448. We are indeed honored and privileged to have Sri T.M. Vijay Bhaskar, Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, as the chief guest today for the commissioning ceremony of Charlie 448. It is truly gracious of the Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, to have accepted our invitation. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Coast Guard plays a major role in protecting the wide-ranging maritime interest of the nation in the maritime zones of India and beyond. Since its inception in 1977, the Coast Guard fleet has steadily grown to the present level of about 145 ships and 62 aircraft. Besides the pollution control vessel and offshore patrol vessel, which constitute major surface platforms, the ICG fleet also includes fast patrol vessels and interceptor boats for close coast patrol and quick interdiction of suspect vessels in our territorial waters. Post 2611, the Coast Guard has been bestowed with greater responsibilities for India's coastal security. Consequently, we redoubled our efforts at building up force level and shore infrastructure for sustained surveillance and for expeditiously reaching the scene of any incident or accident. Here, I would like to say that L&T Shipyard has been one of the most important partners in the growth story of the Indian Coast Guard. The Indian Coast Guard is working tirelessly with all the stakeholders towards the vibrant vision of Honorable Prime Minister's Make in India, which is enshrined in the new defense procurement procedure. I take immense pride in saying that presently 7 offshore patrol vessels, 2 fast patrol vessels and 15 interceptor boats are all being built indigenously at various Indian shipyards. Remarkably, majority of the OPVs and IVs are with L&T Shipyard. Indeed, as far as indigenization is concerned, we have truly come a long way from importing inshore patrol vessels from Japan, Korea and Singapore to building modern vessels with over 2/3 indigenous content. Even the hovercrafts or ACVs, which we imported until recently, are now set to build in India. The indigenous craftsmanship and professional acumen of our defense PSUs and private shipyards such as L&T are rapidly propelling us towards self-reliance. It is also contributing to the Skill India initiative of the Honorable Prime Minister. Indian Coast Guard ship Charlie 448, which the Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, will be commissioning today, is a new generation interceptor boat equipped with the most advanced and sophisticated sensors and equipment. These vessels are designed to perform the full spectrum of the Coast Guard charter at sea. The ship also incorporates a high degree of automation. Indian Coast Guard ship Charlie 448 is the fruit of labor of the professional and dedicated team at L&T Shipyard Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian Coast Guard has a large operational canvas and equally large mandate. Effective surveillance and deterrence is only built upon through regular patrols and by being visible at sea. As the saying goes, being forewarned is being forearmed. Hence, Charlie 448 will undoubtedly achieve tangible deterrence and boost the surveillance coverage through its presence in the coast of Karnataka and will further strengthen our coastal security mechanism. To the captain and the crew of Charlie 448, the fact that you shall hereon operate under the watchful eyes of the ensign place significant responsibilities on your shoulders. Your actions at sea shall be guided by the interests of the service and the nation, both of which shall never fall prey to obstacles that you are bound to encounter. Your actions shall infuse soul into this body of steel and give her the reputation and attitude that she will be known for throughout her service to the nation. You as individuals too shall continue to be associated with this ship. Be sure to leave behind a legacy that you and the service shall forever proud of, and one which lives up to our motto, Vayam Rakshama, that is, be protected. I am sure that each one of you will see to it that Charlie 448, which shall hereinafter be the ship's name, will also become her most distinguished characteristics. May you always have Lord Varuna's blessings, fair winds, following seas, and fathoms beneath your keel. On behalf of Indian Coast Guard, I would once again like to thank Sri T.M. Vijay Bhaskar, Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, for gracing this commissioning ceremony despite his busy schedule. I would also like to thank all our distinguished guests for joining us today on this momentous occasion. Thank you. Vayam Rakshama. Jai Hind.
May I request Assistant Commandant Apu Sharma, Commanding Officer Designate of ICGS Charlie 448, to read the commissioning warrant.
As the Government of India has decided that Indian Coast Guard ship Charlie 448 be commissioned, you are hereby directed to proceed to commission the said ship on the 29th day of January 2020 or as soon thereafter as circumstances permit. Indian Coast Guard ship Charlie 448 will be administered by the Commander Coast Guard Region West. Given under my hand this the 29th day of January 2020. Signed by K. Natarajan, Director General, Indian Coast Guard.
A salute. Service officers are requested to salute. This salute is given on hoisting of the colors and on the last bar of the national anthem. colors. Thank you, sir. May I now request the chief guest for this ceremonial occasion, Shri T.M. Vijay Bhaskar, IAS, Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, to grace this ceremony.
Sense of achievement and engenders a deep pride. This is the case today's commissioning of Indian Coast Guard ship C-448, which will enhance the ever-growing need of coastal security of the Indian coast. As we have learned, C-448 is one of a series of high-speed interceptor boats indigenously built by L&T Shipyard for the Indian Coast Guard. It has been based at New Mangaluru Post the induction in the month of December 2019. The ship is designed to patrol and undertake rescue operations in EEZ of maritime zones of India. Further, the ship will be utilized to strengthen the offshore security mechanism for safe and secure coasts of Karnataka. I am sure in times to come, the ship will play a definite role in further strengthening the security umbrella over the 320-kilometer long coastline of Karnataka. It will also help in augmenting patrolling and preventing illicit activities such as infiltration, smuggling and illegal fishing, and revamp the coastal security apparatus in the broader national interest. The interceptor boat has a length of 27.80 meters, displacement of 106 tons and maximum speed of 45 knots, making her most suited for the quick interdiction to respond to any maritime situation at a given time, including surveillance, SAR and assistance to fishermen in distress at sea. The Indian Coast Guard is mandated to protect the maritime and other national interests of India in the maritime zones of India by way of providing protection to offshore and other structures, protection to fishermen and assisting in anti-smuggling piracy operations, safeguarding the maritime interests and security of India, assisting vessels and fishermen in distress and protecting the maritime environment. The dynamic role of this young service and its participation in various peacetime as well as certain wartime scenarios is worthy of high commendation. It's very important. I would like to highlight here that Coast Guard Headquarters number 3, Coast Guard District, Karnataka has maintained 24/7 vigil
along the coast of Karnataka with its coordinated and meticulously followed proactive approach among all stakeholders in the framework of coastal security mechanism. This has resulted in thwarting potential threats of the Karnataka coast, along with saving lives and property. We are very happy that the Coast Guard was actively involved in saving over 1,000 lives during the flood disaster which was experienced by our state, Karnataka, in last year 2019. Additionally, the Coast Guard units based at New Mangalore and Karwar have undertaken 14 SAR missions in area of responsibility and successfully rescued a number about 195 lives, including 3 medical evacuations in 2019. During Cyclone Kyar, a total of 18 lives stuck at sea were saved and 158 fishing boats were shepherded to safe shelter by Coast Guard ships. This shows that Coast Guard remains adequately geared up to safeguard and aptly take on the ever-increasing diversified challenges, whether it is security, search and rescue, or environmental protection. The ICG units in Karnataka also undertook numerous programs for Swachhata Hi Seva initiative of the Clean India program, extending to Swachh Sagar Abhiyan, thereby spreading awareness on the importance of cleanliness by regular conduct of community interaction programs. ICG units also created more awareness and inspired the next generation about the defense sector and to be better citizens of tomorrow by interacting and motivating students from various PU and degree colleges at Mangalore. Regular community interaction programs conducted by ICG have also sensitized fishermen to keep their surroundings and the sea clean by avoidance of plastic by fisherfolk. I place on record the gratitude of Government of Karnataka for the valiant efforts that they have taken to save the lives of fishermen as well as of citizens in the state of Karnataka all these years. The 160 acres of land which has been provided by KIADB for setting up of Indian Coast Guard Academy in Kenjaru village of Mangalore Taluka has been facilitated by Government of Karnataka. I am confident that in the times to come, this academy will become one of the premier institutions for training not only of the Coast Guard but for the nation to roll out a fine set of officers who will be serving this service with pride and honor. Last but not the least, to the commanding officer and men of the Indian Coast Guard ship C448 who will take the ship to sea, I am confident that they will always discharge their duties faithfully with commitment and courage, living up to the motto of the Indian Coast Guard, we protect. May Lord Varuna always bless the ship and ship's company with favorable winds, calm seas and fathoms of water under your keel. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Inspector General Anand Prakash Barola to present memento to Assistant Commandant Apoor Sharma, Commanding Officer ICGS Charlie 448. Thank you. Now I ICG's Charlie 448 have now joined the operational mosaic of Indian Coast Guard and will enhance the Coast Guard multifarious capabilities and support its role as depicted in its motto, Vayam Rakshama, which means